Hello, this is Choi. It's been a while since my last video, but as long as I upload and talk about it, that's what matters. So I posted this character on the community before, but I'm not sure if you remember. Yes, that's me. It's a common type, but it's actually a character that requires quite a bit of work. But once you get the hang of it, it's pretty fun. Many groups have characters with instant kill combos that break the rules, and Choi can also perform these combos easily if conditions are right and you act quickly. Choi's long range A has good priority, good reach, and can be cancelled, but it's almost impossible to follow up with a combo after the cancel. Still, if you poke with it as you move in, it's great for stressing out your opponent. However, even though the hitbox seems a bit high, it's almost impossible to cut it with a short jump. When I'm bored lately, I try new mobile games, and I especially want to recommend Legend of Rail's Shadow. For mobile gaming, I think box and control type collection RPGs are the best. Even though it was released for mobile, it runs smoothly on PC too. What I liked most is that mobile graphics match console and PC quality. Scan the QR code at the top of the screen, or click the link in the description or pinned comment to install the game. Now this time I'm gonna open a Void Shard. Personally, I hope I get an Orc faction. Luckily, I got a purple epic, but it's not from the Orc faction, so that's a bit disappointing, but it's still nice because it looks cool. Gibapni. In this game, every champion is useful. If you get a good one, that's great. If not, you can sacrifice unwanted champions to level up your favorites. There's also a Community Week event where you can get the legendary champion Adeline for free. To get Adeline, log in for 7 days between April 11 and July 8. Additional rewards, including Adeline's perfect terminology, have been added for a total of 14 days. Finally, you can access a special bonus only by scanning the QR code or clicking the link in the description. You can easily get the starter pack that includes the epic champion Tyrell. By the way, many players who play Raid consider Tyrell to be the best epic champion. And when you reach level 25, you'll receive another new starter pack that includes another epic champion, Rector Drath. Remember, you can only get these benefits by installing the game with my link or the QR code in the comments. Downloading from the App Store or another link won't give you the starter packs. Finally, if you join my clan, we can take on the clan boss together. Melee A, except for the Namugai technique, doesn't really connect into combos. Even if you don't use it often, Ranged B is a decent check if you use it occasionally. Surprisingly, its attack activates quickly, so it's good to use unexpectedly from an awkward distance. You definitely need to be careful because its reach is quite short. For reference in the video, Ranged and Melee share the same thing, so it's a bit awkward. Melee C shares activation frames with QO's Melee C, making it a very useful basic move. But do you know why? When you watch top Chinese players, they use the slower crouching C instead of the Melee C. If a far C comes out by mistake, it can leave a gap for the opponent during corner pressure. I recommend not using it unless you're really right up close. And since it's really hard to confirm a hit with just the first close attack during a scramble, you can make hit confirming easier by mixing in special moves. A lot of people might not know this, but my Far D is really good for zoning. Personally, I think it's even better than Yori's D. The reach is the same as Yori's, but the attack comes out just a bit faster. However, depending on distance, this D can become a normal, completely unsafe move. It shares the same properties as the close and far versions, but if you hit with the close version, you can't even cancel it, and for a close normal, it's slow, so it's pretty much trash. This is Crouching A, often used with Crouching C. It has good hitboxes and rapid fire, making it great for combos. It can be cancelled, but aside from anti-air and Namu type moves, nothing else connects from it. This is Crouching B, the starter for low combos. My low combos actually deal heavy damage, so the opponent has no choice but to watch out for lows. This Crouching C is optimized for corner pressure. First, as you can see, it moves forward when activated. In fighting games, there's a system called hit back, which is when a character gets pushed back after hitting or getting hit. However, Joe's C, which has forward movement, can reduce hit back a bit, creating the best conditions to keep up the pressure. This special move, sliding, is surprisingly effective against opponents who throw projectiles. It moves forward while dodging projectiles, and its range is actually quite long. The hurt box becomes really small, so it even reminds me of the dash from the old Street Fighter 2, but you have to be careful not to accidentally use it during a combo. This is the upgraded version of Joe's Jump A. It looks almost like a perfect copy, but in Joe's case, the hurt box on the lower body is actually quite large. Still, since the attack hitbox is so good, it wouldn't be a bad idea to try using it for fun when playing as Russia. It seems designed for air-to-air combat, but unless the opponent shows a clear weakness, Joe struggles to win. Is it Jump B? The startup isn't bad, but as you saw, the hitbox isn't great, so unless you really need to use this, you can ignore it. Next is Jump C, and it's pretty good for a Russian type. If your opponent can only use basic anti-airs, you can destroy them with this. But since this is already a game full of veterans, I don't know if you'll even find someone like that. Jump D comes out really fast and has great hitboxes. You can use it for rushes or while going up, and although it's tight, you can even cross up with it, but it's so tight that it's hard to use it intentionally. This is standing CD, but I'm not sure where you'd use it. Remember, it can miss shorter crouching opponents. The Hurricane Upper is very effective against Choi, who has a low jump. Its hitbox is quite high, so most characters can't easily get over it unless they're doing a super jump. If your opponent picks Choi, they'll love it if you just keep using this with Zoro. It's highly effective in the corner because of its poison effect, making it Zoro's main move. If you mash A or C, you'll get the Violent Origin move. Personally, I alternate between pressing A and C to activate it, and it feels like it works better than just pressing one button. Finishing with A is an overhead attack. Finishing with C launches the opponent. This is your only combo finisher without meter, so don't overlook it as just a beginner move. Joe users should know when to use it. This is Joe's anti-air move. Whether used as a projectile or strong move, the hurtbox vanishes at first. But as a projectile, the hitbox appears below, and the upper body's hurtbox returns right away, making it ineffective as an anti-air. Well, what just hit was the strong version. If you hit with the projectile, you can knock the opponent away, but if you hit with the strong version, it just pushes them back. So when you use the strong anti-air, you really have to be careful. If you accidentally use it when they're on the ground, it can be a disaster. Landing this hit feels great, even if you lose the game. This is Cho's Golden Heel. First, what you need to know is that this move is rarely used for combos. Instead, it's used as a starter because you can follow up with additional hits like this. The backstep technique is essential when playing Cho. There are certain characters that often need to use backstep, and Cho is one of them. Of course, it's to apply pressure with your moves. For the command, when you don't have meter, use screw upper with A and just hold the direction key and button. With meter, the move appears like this. The meter fills up faster than you think, so you need to keep an eye on the gauge below. You should know you can still follow up with more attacks after using a super move. Also remember that if you land a projectile in a combo, you can still use a super move. I'll wrap up the video by showing you Choi's legal ultimate combo. Raid Shadow Legends. Download now.